Hello students, welcome to Plus 1 Political Science class. Today I will continue with lesson 2, End of Cold War. The objectives of today's class are decline and end of Cold War in international relations from 1985 to 1991, end of Cold War confrontations. Before discussion of today's topic, I will discuss the Cold War terms. The first term is perestroika, means the policy of restructuring the economic and political system in the former Soviet Union. First proposed by Brezhnev in 1979 and promoted by Mikhail Gorbachev in 1986. Glasnost, increased openness and transparency in the government institutions and activities in the Soviet Union. Glasnost reflected the commitment of the Gorbachev's administration, allowing Soviet citizens to discuss publicly the problems of their system and potential solutions. It was implemented in 1986. Coup, a sudden violent and illegal seizure of power from government. Multipolar, distribution of power in which more than two nation states have nearly equal amounts of military, cultural and economic influence. Unipolar, in international politics, one nation state exercises most of the cultural, economic and military influence. Liberalization, the removal or loosening of restrictions on something, typically an economic or political system. For example, the European Union has liberalized gas and electricity markets, instituting a competitive system. Now I will discuss today's topic, that is decline and end of Cold War in international relations from 1985 to 1991. Students, this is given on pages from 19 to 23. Last time I talked about the end of Second World War and the beginning of strained relations between the Soviet bloc and the Western powers led by the USA. Both the superpowers realized the grave danger of the Cold War to the world peace, security and development and decided to lessen the Cold War tensions and attempt a normalization of their relations by opening some channels of communications and mutual trade. Consequently, post 1962 years witnessed some conscious attempts towards the lessening the gravity of Cold War tensions. This gradually led to the emergence of a process of detente in the international relations, but detente came to be a short-lived exercise, and in 1979 a new Cold War came to develop between the USA and the USSR. Fortunately, within about 5 years of its emergence, the new Cold War began diluting. By 1985, both the superpowers once again decided to limit the new Cold War. The welcome break came in the form of some bold initiatives taken by the Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev. Acting under the concepts of perestroika and glasnost, respecting the demands of world public opinion and respecting the demands of non-aligned and the third world countries, the Soviet leader came forward to adopt certain moves in the direction of arms control and disarmament. The USA and the USSR agreed to destroy under joint supervision medium range missiles which stood deployed in Europe. This change of outlook and attitude got reflected in certain events like end of Iran-Iraq war, Soviet withdrawal from Afghanistan, arms cut in the NATO forces accepted by the United States, etc. Within 7 years of the emergence of the new Cold War, a new welcome detente came to emerge in international relations. Now, I will discuss the topic Progress of New Detente from 1987 to 1991. After 1987, the USA and the USSR got further engaged in the mature and new detente. Through it, the two were successful in harmonizing their relations and ushering these into an era of peaceful coexistence and cooperation. A new era of positive cooperation among European states had its birth. West Germany and East Germany got united into one Germany. Berlin Wall, the symbol and physical manifestation of Cold War in Europe, got demolished. The USSR pulled out of Afghanistan. The USA and the USSR both adopted a positive and mature position over the Kashmir issue between India and Pakistan. Thinking in favor of Cold War got replaced by cooperation for protecting the environment, arms control, and better respect for the principles of the United Nations. During 1987 to 1990, the new Cold War appeared to be getting eliminated. Now I will discuss the final end of Cold War in international relations. The final end of new Cold War, however, came in 1991 when the USSR collapsed as a united state and got disintegrated. The state which continued to be a superpower during 1945 to 1991 failed to maintain itself as a single integrated state due to internal political and economic pressures. Around 1988, the USSR had started developing cracks and its leadership had failed to control the situation. Initially, the three Soviet federal states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania were in the position to secure independence from the USSR. Later on, republics of the USSR, one after the other, also started declaring their independence. The Soviet leadership became helpless. In August 1991, there was an attempted coup in Moscow against Mikhail Gorbachev's leadership. This coup failed, but the USSR also failed to preserve its identity as a single state. In November 1991, all its republics declared their independence. Russia became to be the successor state of the USSR. Finally, on 31st December 1991, the USSR faded into history and it came to be erstwhile USSR. The disintegration of the USSR gave a final burial to the Cold War. Now almost all states of the world came forward to accept the principles of liberalism, peaceful coexistence, and mutual cooperation for sustainable development. The former socialist states of Europe began joining the European Union. Now, I will discuss changes in the world order. The end of New Cold War came as a very welcome development in the international relations of the last decade of the 20th century. However, the emergence of the USA after the disintegration of the USSR led to the birth of unipolarity in the international relations. Currently, all the members of the international community are trying to secure end of the international terrorism and protection of the human rights. Almost all the socialist states, with the exception of China, North Korea, and Cuba, now came forward to adopt the principle of development of relations with all liberal democratic countries, particularly with the USA and states of Western Europe. The end of the Cold War, disintegration of the USSR, and collapse of the socialist bloc led to the big change in international power structure, and it became unipolar with the USA as a single superpower acting along with the continued presence of its NATO bloc and enjoying a virtual domination over the decision making at the international level. Students, the unipolarity that came out to characterize international relations was the US unipolarity. Now, this finishes today's topic discussion. It is from the pages 19 to 23. Now, you will do the snap over questions. I will discuss the questions with you. The first long question is, briefly trace the end of the Cold War in international relation and discuss its impact on the world order. Next is, explain the major features of the emerging world order of the post-Cold War era of international relations. Now the short questions are, name the USSR leader in 1985 and name the policies introduced by him that became the reason of the dissolution of the USSR. Next is, define the term new detente. Next is, what are the members of the international community trying to secure after the end of the Cold War? Next is, how is their shift from the multipolar world to the unipolar world? Students, this finishes today's topic discussion. See you next time. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.